team ban.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Join Dota League Season 4. We're in the Division 1-2 Winners Semifinals, I want to say, and it's going to be a best of 3 between London Conspiracy and Balkan Bears. Both these two teams have been on a pretty good tear. BBC working with Miracle, working with Mascara Yapzor, two of the newer players for Balkan Bears, and well, they just tore through a couple of teams over in the Bryden Cup, and well, it's been impressive so far to see what Miracle can do. And oh wait, hold on, guys, that is my phone. I don't know if you could hear that, but that is Skype, and my phone does not want to shut up about it. Apparently I have HeflaTV joining me for this one. I didn't even see you in the... Are you in the lobby? I didn't see you.
Of course, I snuck in.
Oh, okay, well, I'll change the stream title and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm Mike Loris, and apparently HeflaTV's here too.
Yeah, no need to change, like, I'm just a stranger to casting, but I don't know, you guys doing such a great job casting the entire freaking night. The entire HeflaTV crew is online on 2 channels for, I don't know, like 48 hours or so. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna help a bit.
All right, well, I think you chose a pretty good one to join in on, just because, well, BBC, those past couple of games have been really good. London Conspiracy doing very well recently so far as well. They've been impressing me lately, and it's going to be an even match, I think, like a lot more even than Black BBC from the last game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm friends with both the teams. I mean, London Conspiracy, formerly known as the XPC International Online, like the manager is a very good friend with me and with HeflaTV, and of course BBC. I know all of the guys and all the admins and managers behind it. Like, I love both of them, and the funny part is I wish both of them luck for this match. Like, I can't really say, oh, I want them to win or whatever. I'm absolutely neutral here. So let's see what we got.
Well, BBC, they opened up with a Disruptor first for their previous couple of games, and it looks like that's not going to be any different. Slark's second pick is going to prompt London Conspiracy to grab a Bristleback, and well, BBC are just done dealing with the Bristleback, so BBC should be more or less prepared mentally to go up against this hero. They're going to need a little bit more crowd control to do with Brewmaster, but aside from that, London Conspiracy with a very tanky start.
Yep, I mean, Slark for Balkan Bears is something we see pretty much often. Petrino on it is my guess at the moment. Well, Brewmaster, I hate to see him, I hate to cast him, I hate to play him, but Bristleback, that's something I'm always... I mean, the Bristleback of the last game is, of course, not the best example how you should do it, but then again, Bristleback, if you pick a Bristleback, you should always ban a Timber, especially if you have Massacre on the other side. By the way, funnily enough, on the other channel, the last DAC game, Speed Gaming versus Nvidia Asus in the DAC, it was also Bristleback versus Timber, and Slada was there as well, and the Timber completely crushed him. And then I would come to your channel, watch what you and Grandis cast, and what do I see? A Bristleback versus a Timber, and I was like, oh my god, not again. So I pretty much saw the same bloodbath twice.
Well, it turns out that Timbersaw in the hands of a capable player, i.e. Mass Carry, is really good against strength heroes, and Bristleback is really no different. Like, he's able to resist some of it just because of his innate tankiness, but that's not going to carry you that far, especially versus such a capable player. So it is banned out along with the Broodmother. London Conspiracy showing Balkan Bears some respect. I can only assume London Conspiracy were taking a look here and there at what BBC were just doing, but either way, Broodmother, Timber, lots of respect there, and even the Ember Spirit. Miracle played a mean Ember Spirit in the first game of the day, and London Conspiracy, I don't know if they've been playing it all today, but if they haven't, then BBC are certainly a lot more warmed up. We see a couple more supports being banned out. Dazzle, Jakiro, and Witch Doctor all going to hit the bin.
Yep, I'm really surprised that the Timber hasn't been banned out. Like, if I was Balkan Bears, I totally... Oh, never mind, yeah. I'm blind. Yeah, I'm completely blind and deaf and whatever. It's the second one. I was just looking at the third and fourth, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna come, but never mind me. See, that's exactly what's happening if you don't have breakfast and you jump directly into a cast.
Go eat something, dude. That's not good. Apparently breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Just doing stupid comments now. No problem.
Well,
the viewers gonna like it.
BBC, they have the Disruptor Static Storm to deal with the Brewmaster. Now they're also going to have the Bat Rider. If they get initiated upon, bad things for BBC. But if they're the ones to do the initiating, they could shut this Brewmaster up and kill him off in a hurry. They still need another support hero. Scarith Mage, typically a pretty good one to join the Bat Rider. Not sure if BBC are going to want to go for that, as London Conspiracy, they're going to pick up even more tanky heroes. This is, quite frankly, disgusting how tanky these heroes are going to be for London Conspiracy.
Yeah, this is quite some tankiness coming their way. I mean, we have Bristles, or the Bristle back. I mean, not the hero, like the passive. We have Corrosive Skin, and of course the Brewmaster comes with a lot of mischance there. Plus he can give Drunken Haste to someone as well, and of course he has the ultimate. Even though now with the Batrider we have a good chance. I mean, Batrider in combination with Disruptor. If the Disruptor doesn't make the opening, we have the Batrider maybe pulling someone in, or maybe someone made it out of the Static Storm. Batrider can work with that patch on the ground and just pull them back in, preventing that the Brewmaster, for example, gets up the ultimate. That might be interesting. And now Queen of Pain, some more magical burst, which I don't like, to be honest, because the Bristleback doesn't care too much. Maybe we even see a pipe on him. The Viper has magic resist. The Brewmaster, if he gets the ultimate off, doesn't care too much about the Queen of Pain. And now Abaddon is helping there as well with the heal plus Aphotic Shield. Plus he also has the ultimate, so it's not like you can instantly blow him up. So I really don't like this Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I don't like the Queen of Pain for the reasons that you've said. London Conspiracy aren't really going to care about the Queen of Pain's damage. That being said, London Conspiracy have absolutely no ways of dealing with the blinking hero. And that means that Slark and Queen of Pain are both going to have a free time to go wherever they want and do whatever they want. And in that sense, Queen of Pain defensively is pretty good. And I guess, even though the enemy team will be resistant to your magic damage, they're still going to be taking damage, especially pure, from the Sonic Wave. So Queen of Pain is not the best hero, but it certainly is understandable, and it forces London Conspiracy to grab crowd control effects. I'm actually more interested in this Queen of Pain just because Miracle's been playing the mid lane. So far, I've seen a Rubik mid, a Ember Spirit mid, and now a Queen of Pain mid. So I just want to see what kind of plays Miracle can actually come up with.
Well, to be honest, if I think about it, I mean, for London Conspiracy, we got enough tanky heroes. Please don't come up with another one. Like, it's time for at least one squishy support. Anything that adds something on top of it. But the problem is all the good ones are already banned out. Like, both teams made sure that, like, the annoying heroes are out. We have the Vengeful being banned out, the Witch Dog is out for the healing part, we have the Dazzle being banned out for the healing part, as well as the IO. So those tanky heroes, besides the Abaddon, they're not gonna get any heal support. But what else could we need? Some Disable would be nice, because what? Viper has double slow, Bristleback has slow, Brewmaster, okay, slow as well, but nothing is actually stunning anything.
Yeah, and if you're not going to be stunning the enemies, then first of all, they're just going to be TPing out from under your face. They're going to be blinking away, pouncing away. It's not good times for London Conspiracy if they're actually going to be on the chase. If they're actually in a full-on rumble and, there's just AoE being thrown every which way, then yeah, they'll probably kill some people in the crossfire without having to actually make a concerted effort to lock them down. But they need disables, and BBC, they're going to make a pretty smart pick, actually. It's not like they're lacking disables of their own. They're going to grab a hero that's kind of on the tanky side, but who's going to provide a guaranteed stun. I don't know if London Conspiracy were going to grab the Sand King just because that's a double melee support and that gets really, really awkward. But regardless, it is going to be the Sand King pickup for the BBC side, responded to by a Lion from Legion Commander. By far the softest hero, but you need some sort of stun.
I definitely like it. I mean, we've been just talking about like disables and TPs, and like till the fifth pick, probably TP Scroll would have been the best weapon against against this roster. But now that the Lion is coming out, we have a Hex and we have a Stun. So they picked actually the right support, because that support comes with 2 disables, and that's why I like it. Also, of course, for laning, he has quite some sustain because of the mana burn, and the mana burn is also quite something, I don't know, some heroes don't deal that well with. For example, a Slark is pretty allergic against mana burn, as well as a Batrider. They have to go back and regen unless they run like bottles or tons of sticks. But let's see, we might have an engagement already.
Well, it's going to be poking here and there. The tar is up for Massacre. He's going to get a pounce onto Madara right now. Spike through. It's going to stun onto 3, but Burst Strike connects onto 2. That's going to be first blood onto the Viper. Now Keezer's in a little bit of trouble as well. Although I don't think BBC have any more gas in the tank to actually catch up and kill the Brewmaster. They do get first blood on a Viper who actually did not level anything. I don't think Corrosive Skin would have helped there either way, but it's going to be first blood claimed by BBC with not really the strongest level 1 lineup. Regardless, it is going to be a kill for them, and let's see who's going to be playing what before we continue on. Miracle's going to be handling the Queen of Pain mid with Massacre on the top lane Batrider, and over towards bot we have a tri-lane Padrino host Slark, Yapzor Sand King, and Levi for the up team time in the row on his Disruptor.
Yep, and on London Conspiracy side, from west to east, left to right. We have Relax on the Bristleback. In the mid, we're gonna have Mr. Kaiser on the Brewmaster. We have Madara playing the Viper, and behind him the two supports. We have Spartan on the Abaddon and Mr. Skanks playing the Lion. And by the way, this bottom engagement, it was, I have to say, it was kind of half-assed by London Conspiracy. First of all, they went 5-on-4 into the whole thing. Viper didn't pick up Corrosive Skin. I mean, it would not have made a difference, but it would have slowed them. It would have dished some damage. If the Bristleback was there, like, you know, spamming Cool Spray, that might have been at least a revenge kill. But like 4-on-5 without skills and the Bristleback not present in the fight, bad decision.
Yeah, and I don't really think LC were looking for a fight there. I mean, they were kind of scouting out, but they kind of got blindsided at the same time. So either way, like, no matter what actually happened there, London Conspiracy kind of half committing, as you said. And well, in a 4v5 fight, generally I would favor the 5 side, even though Batrider level 1 just napalm isn't really too great without a lot of time to stack it up. It was just enough. And well, in the bottom lane, it's going to be a 3v3 lane. It's probably where the most action is going to be. Let's take a quick look at the other lanes first. Up towards top, it's going to be Bristleback with Stick versus Batrider without Stick. I expect both these heroes to be picking up Stick soon enough. And well, that'll be a fairly even lane. Over towards mid, Queen of Pain versus Brewmaster also should be fairly even. So got even lane, and then a bottom lane, which even though London Conspiracy have died once with it, they are going to have a Viper versus a Slark as their cores, and that's usually enough to tip the scales towards London Conspiracy.
To be honest, if Miracle is playing this out properly, I don't think mid is going to be too even, because the Brewmaster, I mean, Miracle decided first point Shadow Strike, that's the obvious choice. If he goes for more points in Shadow Strike, he's harassing the Brewmaster like forever. Like, he can't compensate even with a bottle. Like, the bottle, of course, keeps him in lane for experience, but the Queen of Pain will make sure that there's not too much CS coming out. At the moment, he's like 3 CS ahead, and he gets the denies simply because he has the range bonus. Brewmaster, he might sneak some CS, sure, but deny-wise, the Queen of Pain is going to have a better time.
Yeah, and then the mid lane, it's pretty much just a race for Brewmaster of, can I survive this Queen of Pain until I get level 6, in which case I won't be able to kill the Queen of Pain, but I sure as hell am not going to die to the Queen of Pain unless, unless the Brewmaster misplays, and that's always a possibility. But we'll see if that actually comes to be. Over. Never mind. Thought. Well, actually, Padrino is in an awkward position right now. Skanks does have a Hex, and Padrino is in a lot of trouble right now. He's going to get Hex. Chain stun, pretty perfect. Kinetic Field is up. Padrino is already dead. And I don't really know what the plan was there for Slark.
He expected his supports being faster there. Like, he was fighting like the supports were already there, but both of them don't have boots. I mean, the Sand King actually has brown boots now, but the Disruptor had nothing. And till they arrived to the scene, that was just way too late. So that's pretty bad news.
And the level 2 Lion, I mean, there's a huge difference between a level 1 Lion and a level 2 Lion. Having Hex is just amazing as a skill, and Keezer over towards mid is going to get jumped by Levi, wrapping around from the tower. Not quite going to get the kill Queen of Pain with that Scream of Pain. That'll actually make Levi die to the tower, so that definitely wasn't the plan.
But he doesn't even
it's
get
still
credit
a worthwhile
for it.
trade, though, and up towards top, Master Carry being chased down by Relax. The Magic Stick difference really making it work for the Bristleback. Up to the skies, the Batrider goes. Here comes Levi. Kinetic Field's not going to be thrown just yet. There it is. Relax is now trapped, sitting in the Firefly with 8 stacks of napalm. You can't really do much when you have that much on you, but you get to kill him. Okay, well, I wasn't watching the Batrider's HP, but that happened.
That happened. He completely underestimated how much range the Bristle or the Cool Spray is. So in the end, Batrider, the play started pretty well, kiting him with 9 stacks of sticky napalm, but in the end, well, he was too close. The last Cool Spray before the Bristleback went down got him, so that was really, really bad news. By the way, I wanted to say something about that bottom lane, because they started tri-lane versus tri-lane, but the bad part was, besides, of course, the first engagement where they got like a level ahead, the bad thing is really that the Viper didn't get any levels. Now with the Pachinio kill, that changed, and the supports rotated out of the lane because they thought like, hey, Pachinio is fine and we can't hold this lane or don't want to hold this lane. So they really made up for it. So London Conspiracy, now when it comes to the tri-lane, I think they kind of evened it out.
And even the Sand King now trying to make a nice little stack for himself in the jungle. Pretty standard stuff for Sand Kings is going to be met with a Sentry Ward. So Yapzors know that this is now a blocked camp, and he's not paying attention. Yapzor, what are you... What? I'll just Sandstorm and then look away from my computer for a second, grab a cup of water. That is not the play there, Sand King. That is definitely not the play.
No. Especially because that wasn't planned. I mean, he was not going for an easy ticket back home. He actually did a horrible misplay there. But oh, lock top again, the Bristleback. This time Masakari does it right. Bristleback just way too low. Again, 8 stacks of sticky napalm, and Massacre just finishing him off standing in fire there.
And now that Massacre has level 6, it's going to be a lot easier for this Bat Rider to actually claim kills up in this top lane. It is going to be, in general, a closely contested lane, but Massacre, now with a kill, I suppose it's like an even situation up towards top, is going to make it a lot easier now that he has level 6. And Bristleback is going to have to stick onto the Bat Rider, but you don't really want to chase a Bat Rider when he's fire flown, so it's a bad situation for the Bristleback to be in up towards top now, especially if he has any sort of interference from any other heroes. Luckily for him, Queen of Pain has made no moves to go up toward the top lane.
Yep, and look at the Lion. The Lion really wants to get the Slark. If the Slark is stunned plus hacks, I'm pretty sure with like 1 point in Toxin, the Viper can take him out, but at the moment Petrino is playing quite well, and of course he has also like a defensive pounce. But at the moment, yeah, Viper is doing the right thing, just harassing him. He needs at level 6 desperately against the Viper.
Yeah, and this is usually the case for Slark. By the time they approach level 6, they lose their regen, or they eat through all their tangos, drink all the salves, and then they are just sitting back with less than half HP, just eking experience to get to that Shadow Dance to try to get a full heal. It's going to be very, very slow for him. So Pedrino not going to have a really fantastic start on this Slark. Fortunately for him, Miracle is crushing the mid lane. He's on top of the last hit chart, doing very well for himself, and Massacre is also playing reasonably well. Sand King also cleared out the stack, now is that much closer to his blink, so even though they don't have a Slark who's going to be the most devastating force as far as Slarks can be, the rest of the heroes are making up for it, at least enough so that they don't outright lose.
Oh, I see something bad coming top. Like, I mean, at the moment the Batrider has 3 cool spray, so he got to reset this, but that's the funny part. Like, if it's even on the stacks, like, they have to go both back and reset them, like one for the sticky napalm, the other one for the quill sprays. But it looked for at least a second there, Massacre built up like 4 sticky napalms, then he can go for the Bristleback anytime. But at the moment the Bristleback is doing the right thing. As long as the Batrider has a high stack of quill spray, he can't go for it. He can't dive him at all.
And this is also a situation that benefits the Tranquil Boot holder as well, because you get hit with quills, you still regenerate. Pedrino deeper than the trees right now. Spartan's checking for it, but this might be the death of Spartan right now. Blink forward, Miracle gonna go for Madra, who gets glimpsed back. Actually, now Miracle in a lot of trouble because here comes Kizu with a haste rune. Miracle gonna get hexed up, focused down by Madra. Miracle is going to take a fall. Yapsor a little bit too late to this party, and it looks like the rest of the supports have to just run away. Levi, though, gonna get dove by the Brewlings. Very safe dive by the London Conspiracy side, especially with Skanks circling around. Impale onto the Disruptor, going to get the kill as well. 2 kills now in the bottom lane, as Brewmaster makes the rotation a little bit faster than the Queen of Pain.
He's just watching the Massacre. He's still in XP range, that means with the next creep dying, he's actually level 6, can pounce out, and then he's safe because he got the Shadow Dance up. But like the entire fight, Petrino just didn't show, he didn't care. Now he's level 6, that will change now.
And even though it's 2 deaths for BBC, as you said, Pedrino is level 6. He now is able to stick on this lane and be almost completely safe. And also Sand King, who was in the area for a short time, decided not to engage there, has his Blink Dagger. So this is a 7-minute Blink Dagger, 8-minute Blink Dagger for Yapsors. Now BBC actually have a much better chance at taking those fights a lot more convincingly, but it will be without their tier 1 tower. Blink Dagger on Massacre is soon to be up as well, and with 3 blinks up on Sand King, Queen of Pain, and Bat Rider, things get really scary for London Conspiracy, just because they need a lot more vision to stay safe.
Yeah, and even though the Bristleback died twice, like, he's doing fine. He is just 50 gold away to get that Ring of Health, and then he has the Vanguard, and that means he can absolutely prevail in the lane. But at the moment, look at the Queen of Pain just sniping that Abaddon, like waiting behind the tier 2 tower, closer to the tier 3 tower, just waiting till the low HP support tries to get home. But yeah, that was a bad awakening. Oh, but look at Petrino. Super low at the moment. There's the stun, and we just need 2 more hits, and that's it. Yep, the poison actually ticks him off.
It's not too common that you see a level 2 poison attack get a kill. I don't think that was corrosive skin damage at all, so it was just Petrino getting a little too far ahead of himself. Top lane, they miss initiate onto Relax. The Bat Rider plays his hand a little bit too quickly, and they'll get a Burst Strike under Relax, bump him back into tower range again, but it's not going to result in anything. Over towards bottom lane, Miracle's going to snipe the Lion, then TP out. He'll be just fine, but they use the Blink Dagger and an Epicenter from the Sand King, and they get nothing.
That was misplay.
Top.
Complete misplay by Yapsor again. I don't know. I don't know if he has some computer issues, ping issues whatsoever, but he didn't manage to get the blink off, which means the epicenter was more or less just decoration for the tier 1 tower. He was happy that there's like some fancy graphic effects around him, but that's it. It didn't do a single damage on the Bristleback, and that's the second time we see a big misplay by Yapsor. That's against all we've seen so far. But in the mid, now they found the Brewmaster, but never mind. Ulti's up.
and he's probably not going to get a kill with this onto anyone unless Skanks gets a long-range Impale. Here comes Massacre from the side. Will grab Skanks right before the Impale comes out. They have a Burrow Strike to chain this up if needed. Not even so. Batrider will get the kill on the Lion, and Brewmaster will just blink out, but he gets glimpsed back by Levi. Nice play from the Disruptor. However, it's a little bit too much for him. He'll get killed off the shield, and Keyser keeping him alive. Batrider and Sand King not helping out there. I thought for sure BBC would have had a free kill there, but I guess Massacre and the Apsaurs had a different plan.
That was double creed. That was absolutely double creed. I mean, first of all, the Lion gets in, even though that ultimate didn't look any promising. Queen of Pain could just blink out. The rest of them were full HP, so why rushing into that Brewmaster ultimate and hoping for a kill? Lion goes down, but then the reverse creed is kicking in, and they lose also someone because they thought, hey, after the ultimate we get a kill. Instead, the Abaddon comes in and does the healing on the Brewmaster. That's perfect. Now Bristleback getting a tier 1 tower, but maybe he has to pay for it because there's Petrino. All they need is a glimpse, but where's the vision? There we got the vision, and he's in the kinetic field. It doesn't stick though, but however, we have to pounce, so it's held in place. Yaps are coming in, but look at the quill sprays.
Well, they bring in heavy cavalry, and they get the kill, so even though they're a little bit banged up, they will be fine to disengage from that and be a-okay. 8-8 right now, however, tower score is in favor of London Conspiracy having a 2-tower lead over BBC, and well, BBC, they have Blink Daggers still on the Sand King and the Bat. They're ready to fight over in the mid lane, but Massacre needs an angle, and right now that angle just isn't there. Yaps are going to TP in, and London Conspiracy, they have a Blink Dagger on Brewmaster, but he has no split, so this isn't a fight that they should really be looking to take. Everyone should just back off right now and just try to get a little bit more farm.
And we see the tankiness kicking in. We talked about in the draft already. I mean, this fight, top, this was pretty much, it started as a 2 versus 1, and they couldn't get him down. Petrino couldn't follow him because Quill Sprays were on stack 5, and they brought 2 more in just to stun him, and then a magic damage bring him down. If that Bristleback tanks up a tiny bit more, or let's say if he had in that fight 400 HP more, he probably would have gotten out with a triple kill there before he dies. That's the funny part about this tanky. But never mind, bottom, we have a lasso.
Yeah, and that's going to pull Skanks back. They miss with the pounce, but it's fine because they get the kill anyway. Pedrinho should be fine to walk away, although he's going to Shadow Dance just for safety. Free kill on the Lion, and, well, I said before, it is going to be the easiest kill ever for a BBC to take on that Lion, especially when you compare him to the alternatives. But a blink forward from Keyser. Clap going to miss right now. Disruptor going to send that Brewmaster back, and that should just about be that. Unless Bristleback finds someone, he's going to miss Massacre. He gets the blink out, and looks like that should just about be the end of it. A free kill for BBC, but even though they can very easily kill the Lion, it's not really going to impact much of anything, because Lion is already level 6. He has his Finger of Death. He doesn't really need anything, and LC are more than happy to lose the Lion, because every single time Lion dies, it's a lasso that's not being used for someone like a Brewmaster or Viper.
I was actually surprised that London Conspiracy actually pressed this attack, like they wanted to go into this fight, even though the Bristleback pretty much observed directly in front of his nose that Queen of Pain picked up a double damage rune. So I thought BBC, they might group up and just turn it around, but I guess the intimidation by online Brewmaster Ultimate just, yeah, made the whole decision of we rather go back. And when it comes to like pickoffs, it's quite interesting. Balkan Bass, they gave up the idea of like going for the tanky targets. For now, you see the Batrider. This is the second lasso on Mr. Lion, and we also have Petrino already like looking at the Lion because he's the easiest kill. 600 HP, that's what you can get for easy gold at the moment.
And you might as well just get it because you have no clear alternatives either. Yeah, they're going to run into maybe each other right now. Madra has a mech and he has a Lion right behind him. Miracle is going to wrap around with the Absol. I don't think they realize that they just walked right past everyone, but now they're going to see Madra. Blink Burrow Strike available, but they don't really know who's around the corner, so they're going to be hesitant in approaching right now. The vision for London Conspiracy right now is actually pretty good at taking this fight, and they will see absolutely everything if they are going to get into a fight, and they're going to use this vision to start very slowly poking down Roshan. Although Yapzor, he's going to run into Madra, blink forward into Spartan. Smoke, or Sandstorm is there. Spike is going to miss by Skanks. Batrider up into the skies. He sees the Lion. This is a free pickoff for him. No, he's not going to go. I would have gone for that, man, every single time.
There's the Abaddon. I don't think it would even be enough. Like, Photic Shield instantly. So that's, I think, why he's not going for. But what a standoff at the moment. Like, London Conspiracy has the vision advantage for sure, but, well, they're not going for it.
Right, so it's Roshan to be the focal point of this fight. However, London Conspiracy, though they do have a Bristleback, I don't think they could really afford to go for Roshan and make it convincingly. Keyser does have an Invis rune, and that's going to be big. He's going to see Pedrinho, and Pedrinho already knows that he's being spotted, but he doesn't know that it's by an invisible hero. They're going to go for Levi first. Stack Storm a little bit too late. He's going to throw it down because you might as well. He's going to catch Spartan with it, do a little bit of damage. Yapzor going to come right in with the epicenter. Will kill off the Abaddon. No ultimate there for the Abaddon. Now Pedrinho's going to jump right into the line, get that kill, relax. Also dropping very low in the process, though. Mass Carry dropping low even faster. Here comes Miracle. A little bit too late to the party, however. Sonic Wave is needed to kill off Relax, but he's just out of range. He can instead try to go for Keys, but Madra is cleaning up in the back end. Will kill off the Sand King now, helping the fight versus Miracle. And BBC just a little bit too scattered. They pick a bad time to fight, or London Conspiracy pick a good time to fight, and it ends up going 2 for 3.
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised. If the Queen of Pain would have been a tiny bit earlier into this fight, they could have made it at least a 3 for 2, because the Bristleback would have died. He wasn't like 300 HP, but it's not over yet. Queen of Pain wants to make up, and there's... Oh my god! The ultimate is so far off.
Yeah, it's pure damage for sure, but level 4 in the back, and he's got so much HP that even though he is technically at half HP, it's still like, you know, more than Miracle's HP pool, so it doesn't really mean all that much. Bristleback is able to shrug those things off pretty much like nothing.
I don't think it hit the Bristleback. I think it was just on the edge. It did?
Yeah, it did.
But then he used the sticks at the same time. Yeah, he has 0
It did, but it didn't
charges.
do jack because it's Bristleback.
Okay, never mind. I just saw it on the outline. I just saw the ultimate flying, and then I was like, Bristleback, oh, well, he still has 400 HP. That's exactly what he had before, but I guess it was just a combination of being tanky and using the stick. But oh, Pedrinho, that's bad news. He's already hexed. There will be the stun, and that's the easy kill of their lives here. 4 versus a little fish. That's not quite a fair one.
You know, the weird thing is that when we see BBC going for the kills on the Lion, as you already said, it's very easy for them to do, but it's also just so necessary for them to do because he has all the crowd control. Lion isn't there, and Slark has a free pass out, so they need to make sure that this crowd control is as small a factor as they possibly can. Yapzor setting up for Madra up towards top. Madra playing very aggressively up here, pretending like he has support, although it is a complete bluff because the rest of his team is in the Roshan pit, bringing that guy down. Yapzor is maybe going to wait 15 seconds for an epicenter. I don't really know if that's worth it right now, as over towards mid, Skanks and Spartan, they're poking at the mid lane, looking for a tier 1 tower. Finger of Death will not get the kill, needs one more hit. Miracle going to get X'd up in the process. He has a blink forward, or they just have a glimpse. That's good too. Skank completely tapped out of mana. One more Scream Pain, won't quite get the kill. Slark will finish the job though. Roshan still being cleared out by the LC side as Pedrinho gonna go for a 2v1. There's this kinetic field stack storm connecting onto 2, not doing too much damage. Spartan ultimate gonna regenerate back him up to full, but now here comes a nice burrow strike onto 2. Keezer is gonna join the fight with a split. Very low HP, but he will get it off in time. Pedrinho gonna get stunned because of it, needs to pounce out. He will get out of there. A little bit more space. He kills off the fire pan. He's gonna live at 5 HP. Now they get the lasso on the Earth Ruling just so they can try to kill it off. And will they be able to kill off the Earth Ruling before time? Yes, they will. They killed off Brewmaster before the split ends, and now Relax gonna get burrow struck as well. He has the Aegis, and they can't kill him off twice, but it's still a 5-for-1 trade in favor of BBC.
Oh, they
Actually,
can?
maybe they do they kill him twice? I don't think they do. No, but that's still a massive fight for BBC.
If it wasn't about the fast respawns of the Lion, for example, I'm pretty sure they could have killed him. They had the slow, they had another pounce locking him in place. But Jesus Christ, they're all dead. Just the Aegis prevented a complete 5-man wipe. That's really bad news. Lone Conspiracy, they just took a heavy beating here, and it was amazingly played by BBC. Of course, with a tad luck as well. I mean, that 5 HP on the Slark. At least Pedrinho could have been like the consolation prize. I'm always saying this wrong.
The difference between a lucky stout shield proc and just getting screwed over a little bit. So Pedrinho's lucky to get out of there with his life. And London Conspiracy, they start the fight 2v5. And that was pretty much the plan, just to waste the time of BBC, let the rest of the team grab that Aegis in the process, and in that sense, mission accomplished. But losing the Aegis right after means that you're just sacrificing heroes for absolutely nothing. They get a tier 1 tower after that, but not for free even. They lose a tier 1 tower up on top, so it's slightly beneficial to BBC to be making all of these trades, and as long as they don't lose anyone up here, then they should be fine. Although Blink Forward from Keys are going to catch Yapzor's and Miracle. Burst Strike into the trees. Yapzor has no TP out though, so a blind spike should be his doom. And Skanks is not there just yet. Actually, Blink out from Skank. He's going to find Miracle. Finger of Death not available. Spike, though, is there. Couple more right clicks. Miracle's down. Pedrinho's going to join the fight, trying to go for Skanks. Healed up, shielded by Abaddon. Pedrinho's going to Shadow Dance and book it. Needs to pounce to the low ground, but Keezer's right in his way. Can't quite get down there. He will barely get to the ramp. Now sticking up, and he should be A-okay. It's just a casualty of the Queen of Pain, but man, LC, even though they don't have that much lockdown, they get the lockdown when it counts.
That was so beautiful played by Keezer. He didn't even hit him because of course first the ultimate, but then even later he was like just trying to be in front of Petrinho so Petrinho doesn't get the pounce of the high ground, but then like a nice little angle to the side and it was all good for Petrinho, but it was really on the edge. Sometimes, I mean, for those who play Slark, you know that sometimes it's kind of weird, pounce hits even though it wasn't there, but bottom lane, there's the lasso and they go directly for the Viper. There is a mech still, of course, but I don't think they can get him. He's slowed, pushed back now, and the rest is... Oh, never mind, there's the Lion! They can do this! They just turn it around, Petrinho is already dead, and now, of course, Red Rider is feeding the wrath of the Viper and saying, like, leave me alone, I'm too tanky for you.
And that is just the... Oh wait, hold on, Spartan is going to get jumped by Queen of Pain, and Levi has his ultimate and has a shield, so not killed just yet. However, Sonic Wave, I don't think that's going to be doing it either. Yeah, they have a haste rune. Short Glimpse actually is going to help Majara escape, and now Skanks with the high ground. 2 mana Pale is there. Mana Drain onto Levi just because. Static Storm available. He's not going to have an opportunity to use it. It's going to be up the high ground where Skanks is actually going to get jumped by Miracle rather. Sonic Wave through. Going to kill off 2 onto the low ground as well. Yapzor already channeled that Epicenter. Will do a lot of damage to Relax. Not quite lethal though, and Miracle has to book it. Is there any True Sight here for the Sand King? How come there's still no True Sight here? Is it on the supports? Yeah, it is on the supports and they're both dead. Relax getting poked away by Miracle. Scream of Pain, Shadow Strike. I think that's lethal for Relax, especially with that Orchid. It's going to be very close. No, he's actually taking no damage. That's only a level 3 dagger, but it seems like it's level 0. Yapzor, he's chasing for it. Burst strike forward. Sandstorm does like 1,000,000 damage. Oh, he gets the kill. There we go. Miracle's also going to blink out from the Viper. Here comes Mascarry, going to join up with Levi just to buy him a little bit more space. Instead, decides to blink out, not using anything to help out, and it's Yapzor to be awkwardly stuck behind. Skanks looking for a spell to cast. They have True Sight here, and Yapzor, he's not going to get dusted, but he's going to get killed off regardless. 18 for 18 right now. And this game is just all sorts of weird.
But now just imagine this fight, but LC actually bringing True Sight in the first place. I mean, the True Sight we just had in the end against the SK was brought by the respawn people already. That's how long this fight dragged on. If they had like Dust, Sentry, Gem, anything, this fight would have been so much different because Yapzor managed to stun twice. People get that kill on the presser back and everything. It's, you know how much damage this Sandstorm did in this fight? It's just incredible. Prisserback stood like an hour in it. Brewmaster as well. The Viper did it. I mean, it was cool because he couldn't blink out, but they also couldn't kill him.
Yeah, and the problem there was that Spartan, the Abaddon, had the True Sight, but he was like the first one to get picked off, and when he was picked off, LC did not see the Sand King, so they had no reason to use the Dust, and usually you could assume that Abaddon is going to be one of the last people to die, so he gets the Dust off, but just the way the kills happen, the sequencing of those kills, so vastly favored BBC and so vastly favored Yapzor. He's got to be pretty happy the fact that only the Abaddon had True Sight there. In the mid, they just smoked up, but the Disruptor was just there. Like, the second they smoked, he popped that Observer ward, looking exactly at the LC roster, all of them visible, and they just smoked up. So Blink's coming out, everybody's passive of BBC because they know something is going on, and LC, well, that's 100 gold down the chain. However, that gives us some time to look at the graphs because it's so even this game. It's 18-18, 23 minutes in. Looking at the net worth between the both teams, it's absolutely plus minus 0. The XP, sure, 2k ahead in BBC's direction, but just give it 1 kill, and that's pretty much also a status quo. Yeah, the problem is for BBC is that they have no real scaling damage into the late game, whereas Viper already has his Aghanim Scepter up and Bristleback. Once he has his BKB, he's not really like directly the highest damage hero, but if you ignore him, the Quills will stack up, the Warpath will start hurting a lot, and things are going to be dying. The Slark has 2400 Gs. He's going to go for a Yasha, more so out of necessity because of the cost effectiveness than anything else, but the Slark is really not farming as best as he really could have, and it's mostly just because he's getting picked off one too many times. So I say an even state very slightly benefits London Conspiracy, but it's not really enough to say that anyone's in a huge lead right now. 1 tower still stands for LC, but that's not really going to make the difference either. To be honest, BBC, I have the feeling they swapped in kind of a farming mode because they were like, yo guys, LC, they are somewhere like north, they're smoked up, they are S5, they lose XP if they stick together all the time. So what they did is spreading out. They farmed their own Ancients, they farmed their entire jungle plus 2 lanes, and that alone, like that fact, is winning over, never mind that, that is Disruptor on a warding mission just being obliterated by the finger, too fast to cast. But yeah, that's why BBC will get eventually like an XP and a net worth advantage if that keeps on going like this. LC finally now back to spreading out and optimizing the farm, but oh, look at this. Queen of Pain
taking the invisibility rune while the Bristleback was engaging on her. Lucky runes again for Miracle.
Yeah, the Bristleback, no bash or anything like that, but still would have put a lot of damage into the Queen of Pain, and at least London Conspiracy know about this, so they will be semi-playing around the Queen of Pain. All these wards are Radiant wards, so the Radiant know exactly what's going on right now, and
Oh god.
they see Keyser right now. The Queen of Pain positioning themselves for a fight. Dust is there, barely misses. That is so lucky, and now the Sand King actually doesn't have anything to worry about, because there is no more True Sight here, except for one random sentry. And they're walking
TP
right
out.
in, but YapzOr is gonna get impaled before he could get away. That was not a blind impale. They have an Observer Ward there, but YapzOr hexed up, has a Burrow Strike out, has a Blink out. Do something, YapzOr. No, do something again. Blink Dagger. YapzOr is just dead right now because he failed both of his escapes.
What was that Burrow Strike? That was so
I don't
far
know.
off.
He had
That
a
was
Blink
so
and a
far.
Burrow, but he didn't use either.
Whoa. That was definitely interesting, that Burrow Strike. I think that was a misclick. This is the third mistake we see of YapzOr. Like, I mean, we've seen him in the last some games BBC played here, or we casted BBC like 3 or 4 times alone this week, and YapzOr did every time a very good performance, but I don't know, maybe it's too many games for him today. He seems not very focused on it. Because that could have been really life and death Burrow Strike. He chose death.
That was most of the time survival, actually. You just jam the Blink Dagger button, double tap that, or you Burrow Strike down to the low ground, then blink out. Most of the time, any given player would have lived there, but YapzOr just, I don't know, maybe he just wasn't expecting to be seen there. This isn't really a common Observer Ward to be placed at 26 minutes in, to be fair.
Yeah, given. That Observer Ward really made it worse, of course. Like, he sat under a Sentry Ward in the Sandstorm, that's why the Lion found the Hex, and of course everything was just by the Observer Ward seen, and well, I guess giving that granted, it could have happened, or it could have worked without the Observer. Either way, 18-20, and well, you have to see where the next engagement is coming in.
Usually in these situations, you got to look to the Roshan timer. It's going to be a rather long one. By the time that is up, Queen of Pain should have her Lincoln Sphere, and then, well, the Mana Drain is probably their best bet at destroying that. But if you absorb a Hex as a Queen of Pain, then, man, you're going to be so happy in the upcoming fight. And London Conspiracy, they have all their cooldowns ready, as do BBC. And really neither side wants to go into the Roshan pit because of how devastating each side is in that tight area. But Pedrino is going to get Blink Hex by Skanks. The Glimpse back is going to help Pedrino a little bit. Now the silence onto Keyser. Sandra Yasha, Pedrino going to go to work. Sonic Wave just to get the kill on the Brewmaster out of necessity. That's totally worth it, by the way. Relax, going to do what he can versus these heroes, even though he's doing some pretty nice damage to Miracle. BKB and Crimsoned up. Relax can't do enough because there's no crowd control here. They used it all, and it ends up in Brewmaster's death.
Like, I mean, the bottom line is here, we got a BKB charge, we got a Brewmaster killed before he gets his ultimate off with a perfect silence combination there of the Disruptor, and in the meantime, YapzOr is farming the enemy jungle as well as the Batrider, and they even got some tier 2 damage in. The tier 2 tower might even end somewhere in the nigh range, never mind, yeah, Bristleback is already there, but this trade way better for Balkan Bears just because they're spread all over the map, and even 3 versus more LC heroes, they're doing a better job at the moment.
And
at least in this engagement.
Yeah, mostly just because they decide to fully commit on a Brewmaster, and I really like that decision. You could, play it greedy, and then you'll be really close to killing off the Brewmaster, or you could just say, screw it, throw the Sonic Wave. Yeah, the cooldown is pretty large, but man, killing him off, not having to worry about the split is huge, and now they're going to go again for Keyser. Orchid is there, and the Sand King, he's a little bit far away. I don't really... The Sand King has to get a lot closer, a lot faster. Blink Orchid, it's there, just in time to stop him. Now Burrow Strike to follow up, Sandstorm damage, and Brewmaster is dead.
Yeah, pretty good. This time they didn't even need the ultimate, but oh my god, Lion was on a boarding mission there. Pedrino gets him. Well, the pounce at the moment, the right clicks, and the healing of the Abaddon make it possible, but there is the silence, and it is enough. Well, the Viper pops the ultimate. Now Pedrino is kind of screwed. No ultimate, no nothing, can't pounce away. It's all about the right clicks, and it is absolutely enough. Just the last hit was, the lethal one.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1 trade down in the bottom. Killing off the Slark, definitely better than killing off a Lion, but it is going to be at the expense of a BKB charge, and that's the second BKB charge that is not going to have a huge usage for the LC side. The 10 seconds of Bristleback and Viper being used in, honestly, just small skirmishes that you really don't want to use a 10-second BKB for, so it's not as bad on face as it is on... My god, English. It's not as bad for BBC than it is seen at face value. It's... God damn
Granted,
it.
you have been casting for hours already, so like your excuse. But I think LC they should change their approach to like frontal attacks because at the moment they send the Pro Master always in, or he was farming in a position where he thought like, oh, I have got some backup like close range. But with the commitment of BBC like pumping a lot of ultimates into the Pro Master as well as the Orchid, they got him down. They need to send the Viper and the Bristleback in the front lines. The Pro Master has to take a more passive role that he gets his ultimate off, because we see what happens if he doesn't get the ultimate off. BBC focuses him, silence, and that's pretty much it. And they can work with the double silence, so that's pretty much it. But however, we have a Roshan for a tier 3 trade. That's pretty much a standard trade in Dota at the moment, and I think LC, that was a worthy one for them, because now they can look into a proper fight.
And their tower up on top was pretty much dead anyway, had like 200 HP, so it's not like they were wasting a lot or anything like that. Spartan's going to get glimpsed back by Levi. I don't know if that was intentional. They're not even going to D-ward because they don't know who's behind him. So 2 sentry wards awkwardly right next to each other, but that's fine. LC, see, they get the benefits of Aegis still, whereas for BBC, they're not going to do that much with map control they have. Padrino's going to run straight into Skanks, gets the Pact off before the Hex can actually land, and he will make his way out of there. Lots of movement speed on this Slark. Skanks going to jump forward for an Impale, and will land Mana Drain Harassment, but that's about it. Slark is free and clear. 21 to 21, and this game is still really even, although BBC slowly starting to pull ahead just because they're farming more places and doing more with fewer heroes.
That's what I said, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes ago. I can't remember how long it's ago, but BBC is just doing a better farming job. They just spread all over the map, farm up to 2 lanes, including the Dire and the Radiant jungle, and if that continues for long, that's of course bad news. But Yapsa, again, completely off with the stun, and then, well, Lion makes it out.
And actually, Yapsa might be in a little bit of trouble right now because Lion has another blink. Looks like he's going to guess wrong, but what happened there was that he saw the Lion go with this Observer Ward, so he saw him go into the fog, and then Lion, usually you keep going, but he just stopped. So it just like he blind burrow struck with the Epicenter, and he guessed wrong. So it's not really the highest cooldown in the game, but still, Yapsor is just not playing well as we usually see, and you already mentioned that before. Hopefully next time, for his sake, it's going to be better, because if an Epicenter does land, it's veiled up. It'll have follow-up with like other magical damage as well, like a Static Storm. So, I mean, that's a lot of burst damage.
Well, what I like at the moment is that LC, they get ready to take control. At least that's their plan. You can see why, because they just got the Aegis, which means they're ready to fight. Like, all of them, of course, have TP scrolls, and they're ready to defend the towers. I don't think they give BBC anything else now. And we have a gem newly acquired on the Abaddon, which means they want to take control over the map vision. And I think that's the right approach. They have to go and claim the map for themselves, because they have all the tools right now. And the heroes, they're all tanky enough. They also have all the teamfight ultimates. We have the Mac, we have even a Crimson Guard finished now. It's tons of healing and tankiness coming out, as well as the BKBs. And of course, we don't have like the Aghanim's answer on the Disruptor side yet. He's far off that Aghanim Scepter if he ever goes for it.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's going to have enough gold ever for it. The gem is going to give LC just so much more map control, as you already said, but also they've had so many problems lately with invis heroes. Like, random invis rune on Queen of Pain has been a problem. Sandstorm has been just so annoying for LC to deal with, but hopefully now for them it's not going to be as big of an issue. Looks like they're going to group up as 5 and try to get some Aegis value by pushing down the bottom lane. But BBC, they will be completely ready for this. They have an Aghanim's Quap ultimate. They have an Epicenter backup. Do they actually want to defend this, though? Because this small close quarters area can go really poorly if they don't get this Epicenter off.
I don't think BBC wants to fight, because they know they're in a worse position. Like, against this roster with the Aegis, nope, this is gonna be a tier 2, like, not defended for sure. They just try to do something in the mid, maybe get some damage up there, but that's it. BBC, yeah, they trade farm or better farm for a tier 2 tower.
Yeah, so it's a tier 2, and Levi going to try to do what he can over in mid, but this Disruptor is not a pushing hero. LC, they still have the Aegis, they still want to use it, and they're going to go for high ground. Now, this is not something that you can make a trade for, BBC. They have to make a defense here, and this tower is not fortifiable either. They already used it for the tier 2. Padrino going to jump right in, trying to bait for some sort of stun. Sonic Wave does go out, cleaning up the creep wave. Nice Static Storm onto 2, but they can't do anything with it. So Static Storm is now down the drain. He's just going to jump forward with the BKB. Doesn't even need the split right now. Finger Death to kill Disruptor. Now they're going on to the Raxes. Miracle dropping pretty low, fighting the Brewmaster. Gets the lasso right before he actually gets the split, but they can't actually silence him for much longer unless they get a lucky bash. Orchid is there. They get the kill, but now the Raxes are in a lot of trouble. Relax has to be peeled off right now. Padrino's going to jump forward. Blink forward. Yapso already has the epicenter prepped. Gonna do a lot of damage to everyone, but Madra already has his BKB up. Gonna be focused down by everyone. Yapso hexed up, trying to get away, as is Padrino. Relax is now back up. BKB pops, and he's just gonna go to town on everyone. They need more true sight onto Yapso. They need focus on the Raxes. Relax though, zoning out everyone while Madra as well as Skanks just work down the Raxes. Here comes Padrino one more time. Gonna try to go for Bristleback. They will maybe get him down as Miracle jumps to the back line, assassinates the Lion, then the Viper, and now onto Relax they go. They might lose Mass Carry, another Burrow Strike, Quill Spray, last thing, or poison damage rather from the Viper. Posthumous kill from him. They end up all dying Lenda Conspiracy, but they get the Raxes. That is totally worth it for LC.
Yeah, like if the Rax didn't fall, I would have said like what a disastrous fight for LC, because everything was perfect for them. Everything, because BBC was too slow to respond. They were working on the tier 3 tower. It was like on what, 10% by the time they actually responded as a 5-man team. But the problem is the Brewmaster jumped in and they did the right thing. They blew up the Disruptor. Everything was fine. I was like, oh my god, BBC, they really screwed up with their defense here. But then the Brewmaster doesn't go for the split and gets lassoed. That was the biggest mistake they could have done. Without that, we might have seen 2 racks. Like, if the Brewmaster would have gotten his ultimate off, that fight would have been a completely different story. This way, they settled for a racks, but have to take this 5-man wipe, which was not necessary in my opinion. But let's see, BBC has to reclaim something here really fast.
It's just a little bit of greed from Kaiser. Maybe he just forgot that Lasso's still threatened. Over towards mid, Yaps are going to get jumped. Skanks is going to get retaliated upon, though. Lots of damage. Miracle doesn't even have a Sonic Wave. Uses it to farm bottom. Gets the kill anyway. Now going towards Kaiser. Has the BKB and the ultimate. Glimpse back onto Madra just to be a nuisance. Levi is going to let his presence be known. But with Lion down, BBC, they're mobilizing towards mid. They don't really have much of a shot at taking a set of Raxes of their own, but they're probably going to get this tier 2, and that's not too terrible.
Well, they use the cliff at the moment for it, because they're sure BBC is not going for anything like tier 3-wise, but Miracle wants to press this tower, but it seems like he has to go back. So far, it's not in deny range, so everything is fine. They can take it with the next push, and oh, it seems like Miracle wants to go for it, but you gotta be really careful. I mean, without the Lion, he doesn't have to fear too much, unless, of course, he gets caught out after his blink. Then he's completely screwed.
Yeah, and that's probably not going to happen if Miracle plays his cards right, if he plays at all defensively. So, tier 2 tower in the mid lane going to survive for now. Tier 2 on the bottom lane still very, very healthy. It's going to be really annoying for BBC to actually do anything on the bottom lane. If they get into a situation where they're actually in a commanding lead, and if that does happen, it's not going to happen for a little while, then the bottom lane is just going to be brick-walled by the fact that it's always pushing towards their base. So, LC, the Roshan is going to be most likely the trigger that activates another fight, and well, so far LC have been able to get into the Roshan pit and clean them up pretty quickly, just having the nasal goo and now having some extra damage from a Viper packing a Mjolnir. BBC, they have to get their hands on a Roshan fight. They don't even have to win it, they just have to contest it and try to draw even in there.
Yeah, I definitely like that pickup, the Mjolnir's on the Viper, because like you have so many tanky targets, which means the Mjolnir stacks, if you give it to any target, maybe the Bristleback or the Viper himself, like they're gonna be fully used, and that's definitely nice. We're also gonna have AC soon coming on the Bristleback. Actually, as I say it, it's coming up, it's ready. So more armor and more minus armor dishing out, as well as some more damage, of course, for the Bristleback, and overall, they have a lot of physical damage where they can benefit from it. I definitely like it. They tank even more up. And to be honest, they almost hit like, yeah, a certain threshold. Like what's missing would be a pipe, for example. To be honest, I wouldn't even mind a pipe, even though 38 minutes it's quite late, but it absorbs still tons of damage against... Oh wait, do they have a pipe? Am I blind? No, I don't think so.
No.
No
pipe,
but it would still absorb a ton of damage here.
Yeah, especially since the BKBs are actually starting to wind down. You're gonna maybe block a couple of things, but surely not everything. So either way, London Conspiracy, they're being split push right now. Top lane is pushing in for BBC. Again, no huge attempt at actually taking this tower. Madra also has a Mjolnir, so just being able to clear creeps is a lot easier for a Viper who normally struggles with that. But BBC, even though they are down a melee racks down towards bottom, it's not looking like it's phasing their plan that much. Over towards top, though, they're going to get jumped. Miracle is going to get hexed up. He needs out, like, right now. He's going to get fingered. Here comes Yapsor with a really nice epicenter, but it's a little bit too late to save his buddy. Keyser going to get grabbed outside of his split once again. Now dragged up to the high ground. Maybe will burn. He will get the split off, but he can't do anything up there. They lose the tanking in the process. And Brewmaster, he is going to survive. Everyone else from BBC is going to live as well, but still it's London Conspiracy taking a 2-for-0 trade.
Look at this poor Brewmaster. I mean, we have to look at his HP because he barely made it. Unfortunately, oh, there we go. It was less than 100 HP actually. He instantly used Bottle when he's coming down, but wow, he got his BKB off, and that was the only thing that like rescued him there. Like, whoa, that was such a close call.
Yeah, Queen of Pain, even though she's extremely stacked, if you do hex her up just once, that's all you need to bring her down, because she is such an inherently fragile hero. Now the crackback for LC, they're going to try to force buybacks out for the Queen of Pain Sand King, and even if they did have buyback, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't use it, but this tower is probably going to die anyway, and LC, they could just retreat to the Roshan pit right after they take down this tier 2 tower, and BBC, it'll be very clear what LC are doing so they can respond to it. But will they actually be able to take it convincingly? That's another question entirely. This tier 2 tower is going to most likely take a fall.
Yep, for like a full-out fight, they need the epicenter, and they also need the Queen of Pain, especially since she got a Ghanem Scepter. Like we saw, sometimes in the fights, she can like do it twice. The fights are going so long sometimes that like 40 seconds cooldown on a Sonic Wave is absolutely enough to bring it twice into the fight, especially if you use it right away at the beginning and then later. But oh my god, BKB used for the Bristleback just to get the hell out of there and not being glimpsed back. That was a 7 seconds BKB. Yeah, it's down to 6. So that's the first BKB almost down to the last number. And well, also the Viper's BKB is, yeah, you said it already, wearing off. 7 seconds for him.
And that was also a bluff from BBC. They really didn't have heroes there that were capable of killing off a Bristleback. So they had no intention of actually starting a fight. But man, using a glimpse for a BKB charge, that's pretty darn good.
Smoke. Look at this,
smoke.
5-man smoke. BBC wants to know it. I mean, this might even be a game-deciding fight, because whoever wins this fight is going to do Roshan. So they're looking for something, but they're looking in the wrong direction, because on the other side we have also a smoke. LC is doing exactly the same thing, and at the moment it's more or less like a mirror smoke. Now they finally go in the right direction. They decide to go maybe for Roshan. Oh my god, if LC is coming from the back here, this is going to be a painful wreck train.
And it's going to be Mass Carry to get Hex. Finger of Death immediately. Mass Carry is so much trouble, but a Static Storm is there. BKBs are up, though. Sonic Wave flies through. Not going to do too much, as Padrino's caught in the middle of everything. It's going to be the Batrider first to fall. Split in the background. Padrino's left behind by the rest of his team, trying desperately to get the hell out of there, but he's not going to make it out. Levi, he's going to throw a Kinetic Field. That's not going to help him either. He's going to get punched down. And LC, they just clean house in the Roshan pit. Really, BBC don't stand a chance there, and they also can't afford to contest Roshan with the remaining heroes, even though they may have an epicenter, because bottom lane's in full breach. So Yapzor, please don't. He's not going to do it. He's going to blink out of there. He's going to be just fine.
The Lion, so close, but he didn't have hacks. But it's exactly as I said. It turned out exactly as I said. Like, whoever finds like the better initiation after the smoke, like, wins this fight and gets Roshan, and that's now LC has definitely the ball. What does LD always say? Is the ball is in their field or their half of the field or something? That's,
yeah, it's on their side of the court.
It's their move now. They have to do something, LC, and they can, because no backdoor protection. The creeps bottom already pushed in, so they can work on a tier 3 tower. There is a cliff available, but they have to work 20 seconds down until the respawns are off.
Miracle's gonna lose his Lincoln Sphere to some random snot being thrown his way. Fortification is there. 15 seconds left for Slark. Epicenter is there for Yapzor. He's gonna smoke up so we get into a faster position. Sonic Wave is gonna fly, do some pretty decent damage, but I mean, now Sonic Wave isn't there to burst people down, and Melee Rack's down. Or now down, and range racks soon to follow. At this point, even though they get a nice epicenter doing a lot of damage onto Madra, it's just not enough, because Yapzor is not without help right now. He's going to get beaten down. Lasso back onto the Viper, but they just can't kill him off, and he's going to have cheese. Yes, he's back up to full. There is a Static Storm connecting onto two. Padrino's not doing anything in the midst of this. Skanks is being focused by Miracle, but that's not doing anything either. They will lose the Viper in the end, even through 2 lives. Split finally does come out. Skanks in the meantime trying to kill off Miracle, just barely going to fall short, but the mid lane's already completely wrecked. BBC, they're in shambles right now. Levi's going to get bashed down by Relax. Now going for the Batrider, who will fall and probably blink away. No, Force Staff out instead. Padrino's still alive. He's going to try to go for Relax, but he's doing, like, no damage. Look at this. He's trying to kill off the Bristleback, but I think Bristleback is actually regenerating more than the Slark can damage him. The mid lane is completely gone. Top lane still has a tier 2 there, but I'm pretty sure London Conspiracy can take down a tier 4, and yeah, I'm pretty sure this is game.
Yep, it has to be. Even though Padrino has buyback, according at least to thingy, we have 70 gold missing for the Queen of Pain. I don't think they can mount a defense here without the Queen of Pain.
They need something, because they don't have enough damage to kill off the Bristleback or the Brewmaster, and they sure as hell don't have enough damage to kill off both with Abaddon right behind them. So Relax and Keezer, they're just going to take a bath in the Napalm. Relax just wants to use his Aegis. That's all he ever wants to do, and I don't even think it's going to happen. He's taking like 30 damage a pop from this tower with 2200 HP. That's nothing. He's going to bash down the tier 4s, and now he's going to slowly work towards that Ancient. And Yapsor's going to come in, Epicenter in tow. Will kill off the Brewmaster. Relax also has the BKB up, but he has the Aegis, and look how much damage he's taking or not taking. It's really kind of sad, actually. There we go. Aegis down. They have a burst
Get him a
waiting
second
for him.
time.
Let's do it, guys. Kill off Relax. Relax. As long as he turns his back, he's actually doing more damage to the enemy than they're doing to him. I believe. Relax.
So it's not even funny watching this. This is like, I don't know.
It's a little funny.
Yeah, of course, it is a little funny. No, but this is like, I don't know, poking a real tank with like some toothpicks and then trying to make a scratch on it. It's horrible. I mean, in the end, he's going down, but he got the throne half HP down. The funny part is, I think if they committed on the throne while the Bristleback tanks everything, they might have even gotten the throne. This way, the game drags on a bit longer. BBC was hoping on that. They're not giving up, and I guess it was a good call, because there's still a chance that they win a team fight and get LC in at least a position where they have to spend buybacks, but then they have to kill them a second time, and if that's gonna happen, that's the question.
And top lane, the Queen of Pain is spotted out. Skank's going on a secret agent mission right now. Miracle has a Lincoln Sphere still, and oh, where's it gonna be? He's going to be spotted now. Viper Strike to cancel off, and there's the Hex. Miracle is in a lot of trouble. Finger of Death and Impale. Here comes Padrinho trying to save the Queen of Pain's life, but it's a little bit too late. He gets the Lion in trade, but now Padrinho facing down a very big Viper with a heart. And Padrinho can't go for him. He's going to go for Spartan. Suddenly he can't go for him either. It leaps him to the trees. The rest of BBC closing in quick. Madra is going to get hit with the lasso as they throw the Abaddon up into the air. Madra now being focused by Padrinho. Epicenter coming in as well, killing off the Viper, killing off the Abaddon. I think it might be exactly what you just described. BBC, they walk away from it with a one-team fight. Can they crack back into anything? I don't think they can. If need be, LC, they'll just buy back with the Lion, and then that'll be more than enough to stop this.
It's actually too bad that the Queen of Pain died. It was really well played by the Lion there. If the Queen of Pain would have been fine, BBC actually has a decent chance to still win this game. Problem is, bottom, the creeps are already pushing in, and they have to work here against back to protection. Look at this, Tower versus Slark. Tower wins.
Well, at least Slark doesn't lose. Tower doesn't lose either. Relax now going to get into another fight with Padrinho. This time he has a lot of stats accrued already. Levi, though, going to get focused down by Keyser. He has nothing to do against this. Like, actually, he can't do anything except for try to walk out. That's not going to work either. So top lane defended by London Conspiracy. Meantime, mid lane, bottom lane still pushing in. And BBC, they even if they had creeps there, like, the best case scenario, the absolute best case is they get range racks, and that's not good enough.
I mean, there are two options, or let's say, like, for each team, there's, like, an option. I mean, LC can risk it because they haven't used any buybacks. They can risk a frontal assault. If they lose, they have to buy back and fortify their base against BBC. Oh, never mind. Top, we have an engagement here. Slark versus Bristleback, but that's a very uneven fight. He doesn't even get him down below 50%, and now he's pretty much screwed. Again, the Lion is making the difference here. Who needs a full roster of Disable if you have a Lion? He's so on spot. There's also a gem on the crown. But yeah, now with no buyback on the Slark, I think Padrinho just finished the game.
Oh, Yapsor, he's channeling the Epicenter. He wants to go for the Lion, catches him with the Veil as well. Relax pops the BKB, and he's going to turn a man fight, and BBC don't have enough damage to actually deal with two BKB targets right now. They'll lasso one so that they can ignore the Brewmaster, but Relax is still dishing right now. Gets a split off even, and now Miracle hit with the Rock. Going to get a little bit of help from the Burst Strike. In fact, it's going to be enough time for Miracle to blink out of there. So maybe BBC don't lose anyone here, although Miracle, he gets, he's going to blink out. Lincoln Sphere value right there. But, you know, they don't die up on top lane, but their base is kind of dying
look
anyway.
at their base.
So.
That's the biggest problem. And now, well, there's still a tier 2 for London Conspiracy to get down. But at least they bought some time, so there is a chance that Padrinho might still be part of the next fight. So that was kind of a good thing what they did top. But the problem is, of course, we have now a buyback being used on the line. They want to push it. It's LC called for this. And Pipe, like we said it, we didn't really talk about items because it was such a bloodbath. But they even went for the Pipe now. And, well, I don't think they can stop this. Cliff is the last little straw they have to grab. But Cliff is off. And even if they kill them all, it will be mega creeps.
Yeah, they're just going to suicide for it. Yapsor doesn't have his ultimate for another 10. And even if he had it available right now, it wouldn't do anything up against all of these BKBs. Relax is ignoring everything and just going for the range racks. Madra's going to get dragged back, but Mega's now going to flood the base. And BBC would have already struggled against, you know, a whole bunch of super creeps. There's no way that they could defend against Megas. I think this is going to be GG, and yes, Yapsor agrees with me. That's it.
If Virginia didn't die there top, they might have still had a chance for a full assault and then, I don't know, push London Conspiracy back a bit. But nah, it just the tanky roster really impressed me. I mean, the start was a bit bumpy for London Conspiracy, but once they tanked up, supported by the items, and they really had almost every aura you can have. I mean, we had flats, we had AC, we had mech, pipe, Crimson Guard. I think that's pretty much already the end of the list, and on top of that, of course, like nice plays by the Lion, nice heals by the Abaddon, and the rest is pretty much history. However, it's a best of 2, so we have more to
Best
come.
of 3. So.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, this is playoffs. Best of 3, guys. Ignore me. I'm stupid. Best of 3. We have even more to come now.
All right, guys. We'll see if BBC can bring it back. We'll be right back for game 2.